I'm with the band. Music and interviews you're going to like.
Welcome to I'm with the Band here on the Mesh Podcast Network. I'm your host, Andrew Moose. I'm with the Band invites musicians of all types to discuss their current projects, their touring lives, and at this point in time, their lack of touring lives and their lives as musicians. If this is your first time listening to I'm with the Band, of course, thank you, and we hope you mash that subscribe button so these episodes will beam directly to your favorite device. This episode of I'm with the Band is produced in partnership with the No Contact Concert Series, Codex Sound, and Midwood Entertainment. If you are considering advertising on the Mesh Podcast Network, it's a super low cost way to reach a targeted audience. And I've heard that the folks who listen to our podcast here on the Mesh are rich, they're beautiful, and all they want to do is spend money with your company. Today, we're currently podcasting away from the beautiful Mesh studios in downtown Hickory, and we're currently in the middle of the COVID-19 pandemic. So during this time where venues and bands aren't able to schedule shows, our good friends over at Midwood and Codex have partnered, and they're producing the No Contact Concert Series, which really helps these fans interact with one another via the World Wide Web. And my guest today on I'm with the Band, they're playing the No Contact Series this Friday, July 24th at 8 o'clock. I'd like to welcome Jamar and Jamie of the Fritz. What's up, guys?
Hey, how's it going?
Hey,
Man, going really, really good, guys. Thank you for joining me. We were just talking offline. I actually saw you guys play the Hickory Tap Room, and I said 4 years ago earlier. I think that's more like 7 or 8 years ago, possibly. It's been a very long time, but and I've seen you in as the Fritz too. But again, I'm just really, really happy to have you guys on, and some things about the Fritz. They're based out of Asheville. They're a jam funk band who tour nationally and play venues and festivals all over the country. So we're really just happy to have you guys on. Tell us a little bit about how your band started and what you guys are up to right now.
We started playing in Jacksonville and just kind of casually playing just like a gig a month on the weekends. And then, when everyone was finishing school, we're like, hey, let's actually see if we can get this band going. And we decided to move to Asheville because we love the area, and it's centrally located to tour. So it was just kind of an obvious move.
Right. And how long have you guys all lived in Asheville together?
We've lived here in Asheville since 2011. We got here July 1st, 2011. So we are right on our 9-year anniversary of being in Asheville.
Wow. Awesome. And I mentioned that you guys are nationally touring and venues and different festivals around. And, I saw on your calendar that there is one festival that is still on the books and that's happening. Called the Easter Island Festival in Oklahoma. Is that still going? How is that going to look?
I'm not sure about that one.
Okay.
I'm not sure if they've made an official decision. I know there were a few. I can't remember that one specifically, but I know there were a few around the country that they were still trying to figure out a way to do it. So I'm not positive, but I know it's just not looking good.
Right.
Like 99% of the festivals that we are supposed to play are postponed.
Yeah, and we have to play stuff like that by ear. So on a case-by-case basis, just making sure that logistically and it works, it makes sense. Because again, we're not only quarantined from, not quarantined, but like socially distancing with like our fans and the people that we love, but also each other. So we have to just take those festivals and other gigs on a case-by-case basis.
Right. And during this time, have you guys found other options that you're doing online now, whether it be streaming or live shows separately? How does that look for you guys? Are you guys streaming a lot?
I think at least with Jamar and I think everyone in the band, we've pretty much just turned into studio hermit musicians and which is great because normally we tour all the time. I haven't got the chance to sit and spend 8 hours a day working on engineering stuff and learning how to really record. We've recorded albums, but we go in the studio and we work with people that know how to do all the stuff. And I watch them over their shoulder. I'm like, okay, move that there. Like they do it all. I don't know how to do it. So now I do. It's been really nice. I've been just pretty much in my little bubble here, and I've enjoyed it for the most part.
Hmm. About the same here as well. I've been producing tracks for a few different artists, so that's really kind of some fun, commission based work. Um, and yeah, just really kind of digging into the studio setting. I find it really fun because as a keyboard player and as a person who plays a lot of synthesizers, I have so many plugins and so many options for sounds like at my fingertips that I wouldn't necessarily have during a live performance without bringing a computer on stage. So it's been a fun learning curve, and I think that definitely considering this time as more of an opportunity than a burden.
Yeah.
Right. I think a lot of people are using this opportunity to really sharpen their knives and kind of immerse themselves into maybe some different things that they're not necessarily been used to. It's just all a different landscape that we're all just trying to navigate these days. Jamar, you mentioned that your keyboard playing and all that good stuff. So I know you're playing on a Moog, and first of all, am I pronouncing that right? Because that's different. It's a hard thing to say. It's Moog or it's spelled like no, right? It's Moog,
Yes, Moog,
right?
like Rogue, yeah.
Right. So that keyboard that you play on that machine, the fellow that designs those keyboards or did design those keyboards lived in Asheville for a large part of his life, correct?
He did for quite a while, yeah. Robert Moog.
Right. So those folks that might not be too familiar with it, can you talk to a little bit about that?
Let's see. A Moog is, in its very base, it's what's called a subtractive analog synthesizer, meaning that it produces waveforms, whether they be triangle waves or square waves or sawtooth waves. They just have different sounds, and then you use different parts of the synthesizer to shape said sound. So it's really getting a sound and then subtracting what you want to subtract from it. It is analog, meaning that the sounds are created by electricity coming into the instrument and producing the sounds, versus most keyboards are sounds that have been recorded previously that are just being played back. So I consider the Moog to have to be a very alive sound because the sounds are being created as you're playing them rather than just being played back, from an instrument that may not exist anymore.
Right. There's actually a festival dedicated to this instrument, correct? I think it was in Asheville. And now it's moved to Durham, correct?
Correct.
Right.
And it's just a really great place for people who are in the industry, whether you be in it from the engineering side or from the musical side, to meet other people and also to get to know new products and new projects that Moog is putting together.
And Jamie, you're the guitar player in the Fritz, and what types of tones do you use to maybe complement his playing on that machine to what maybe other guitar players that don't have that instrument in the band do? Is there any sort of things that you have to do specifically as a guitar player?
Well, I think I don't really think of consciously about it. It's just from playing for so long. We've kind of, I remember like years ago, I would always be like, "Oh, you're in my territory. You're in the," or we'd be complaining like, "Oh, you're getting it. We're clashing. And now it's just like we know where to go. So it's funny when I play with other keyboard players, I'm like, I can notice. I'm like, oh, they're getting on my area. Like I don't know what we did, like technically, or we just kind of naturally, organically stayed out of each other's way.
Yeah, it's a tough thing to do. It's a tough thing to do for sure.
You have to be conscious of that kind of stuff, and I think that it is just us really listening to each other and kind of sliding out of the way whenever we're getting too close to each other.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
More than anything, I think and I've talked to a lot of other musicians and other bands with this, and it's really learning how to get out of each other's way on stage, and it's more of how to listen. And folks that have played in bands for years have always told me that the most important part of being in a band or any sort of live experience is you have to listen. It's not waiting for your break, and it's not waiting to sing or anything like that. It's just really listening to one another and what each others are doing on stage. And you guys are, and I don't want to pigeonhole you as a jam band, but a lot of folks that fall into that genre, that's what makes those guys so good, is that they're not to mention they played together for decades, but they really do. They listen on stage, they compliment one another, and it's just not, a big old competition up there.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like a conversation, and a lot of our musical heroes, whether it's jazz or, even some as far as bluegrass or like, anything. I think any good group of people getting together, having a conversation, everyone's not just kind of talking over each other. You're going back and forth and letting ideas kind of blossom. And definitely, I would say that's coming from a jazz tradition of all the great jazz players, Miles Davis, stuff like that.
Never again, you said, and shook your head as you said it. While we pretend that there is no such thing and forget it. Out of the blue, you came and spoke its name, and I realized it's nothing new, just cycling through what we've done the whole lives. Done our whole lives, no eternal version of reality. A perfect world full of immunity. Hide all the things that you don't want to see, just that easy. I won't
right, so switching gears a little bit, guys, tell me a little bit about your partnership with Jam in the Van. I've watched those videos a lot, and they're really cool the way they shoot them, and the music's fantastic. How did you guys get hooked up with that group?
I think they just randomly well, maybe not randomly, but they messaged our management and asked us if we wanted to do it. And of course, we're huge fans. We've always watched it, so we're like, of course we want to do it. And they came to Asheville, and they were up on the Blue Ridge Parkway for something. And we went in, and it was so funny. It's like the most broken down setup imaginable. It's like you don't even. I was like, it didn't even really sound that great to me while we were playing, but it was really fun experience. We were drinking beer in the van, and the people were awesome. And then when I saw what they actually were able to do production wise, like, it sounded amazing. Like, I love them. They're awesome.
Man, you get the alligators, we'll find out.
Jam in the Van, Feast to the Beat, Blue Ridge Parkway, Another Way.
Roll it. And action.
We are the Fritz here at Jam in the Van, here at Feast to the Beat on the Blue Ridge Parkway, and this is Another Way. Yet to try another strategy to raise the volume and get a message to you. It's getting clearer every day. Each second past another line. So while we're worried about our first world problems, someone's speaking the truth. Chance to reconcile all the qualities that make us different, the space between me and you. But we are so afraid to say what's happening right before our eyes, and so we act as though it's not a problem, but someone's speaking the truth. Everybody knows that's the way it goes. We've got to find a way, sister. But patience seems to make no difference in the end. And now another chance.
tell us a little bit about what you guys have next on the agenda. I know that you guys have recently put out some new music, and how are you guys moving forward here? What's next? I know we're kind of all in a holding pattern because of the pandemic, but what's on your radar? What should we expect from the Fritz?
Well, I think the plan is to record another album this fall or this winter, and get that going. And so right now we're in the writing process between Jamie and myself, and also the Michael and Mikey and Jake. So we're just sending stuff back and forth until it gets refined into something that is a demo that's good enough to take into the studio. You know.
This podcast is sponsored by Jackson Creative, a custom communication agency located in downtown Hickory, North Carolina, specializing in online content creation. To learn more, visit thejacksoncreative.com. Jackson Creative, we tell your story.
I saw that you guys are on the Peach Bill for 21. That's a huge festival that's in Scranton, Pennsylvania, and it basically attracts all kinds of music fans from all over the country with huge acts. I know you guys had to have been super excited about getting on that.
Yeah, definitely. We were really excited. We had played at that venue. We played this festival, Camp Bisco, last year. And that was great. It's a really cool place. There's a water park, and it's gorgeous. So yeah, we were really excited. Mm-hmm. But it's okay. We'll hopefully be doing it next year. So hopefully it will be happening. If it's happening, we will be there. So
that's right. Yeah, I've got some real close friends that they go to the Peach every single year, and they say Montage Mountain is just a fantastic place to go see music. However, get your hiking boots ready because it is a hike from campsite to stage, from what I understand. But I think the water park makes it all better, though.
Yeah, last time we were there, we were lucky enough to flag down a golf cart to get where we needed to go.
Yeah. Yeah. If you're not an artist, be prepared. So, again, we're talking with Jamie and Jamar of the Fritz, and we'd love for you to head over to the mesh.tv and check out all the other shows on our network. And we'd also love for you to subscribe to all those shows so those podcasts can be beamed directly to your device without having to do a single thing. So, guys, where can our fans find you? Websites and socials and all that good stuff?
Well, the fritzmusic.com is our website, and you can find, all the links to social media and everything through there. Of course, we're on Spotify and Apple Music and the streaming platform of your choice.
Well, guys, thank you so much again for joining us here on I'm with the Band here on the Mesh Podcast Network. We appreciate you stopping by. And guys, make sure you go check out the No Contact series this Friday night and check out the Fritz. This has been I'm with the Band here on the Mesh.
Pass me by. So what's the hurry? Hurry, it was all a dream. No one knew all the while. We just laughed. Wouldn't even think of going backwards. Never seemed to find it. Never seemed to find it. Never seemed to find what we were always looking for. See for yourself, what could I do? All the best ones were taken, and so what else? Nothing to prove in a moment's hesitation. Oh, it's up to you. The future, I've got nothing to say. All over passing by. Don't get distracted. I should not talk about the past. Everything goes without saying now. Wouldn't even think of starting over. Don't have a reason, still don't have a reason, still don't have a reason why I left it all behind. See for yourself, what could I do? All the best ones, they were taken, and so what else? Nothing to do in a moment's hesitation. Misplaced the words, what should